I'm feeling a little weird about going home. I made out with my dog last night.
When I shake a baby, I shake until there's nothing left.
Hey guys!
Hey, friends.
It's your girl Sanae Kawaii here.
And Jimmy Jam.
And we are back for a brand new episode
Oh!
of the Tattoo Budcast. And you already know it's the only podcast that feels like a tattoo appointment minus the
tattoo.
minus the tattoo. And I am so excited because I have spent the last almost a week without my bud.
I just had to leave town, take care of business. TCB.
And I'm absolutely dying to know how this convention was.
I am dying to tell you.
Okay, so we might as well jump into our updates, our random thoughts, and then we'll get into the other stuff.
Let's do it.
So, how was the convention? Tell me.
Dude, it was so tight.
Tell everyone where it was.
I did a convention in Salt Lake City. It's
Massachusetts?
yeah. Austin, Massachusetts, I think. I need to put my glasses on. There were so many people that told me about it that it's like the convention to do. And I didn't really think much of it because it's Salt Lake.
Because you're like, I'm not there.
Yeah, no shade on Salt Lake, but like I just wouldn't imagine one would be so tight.
Oh, because it's like so conservative.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're racial against Mormons.
And more men.
Oh.
So, yeah, you know how that goes.
You're more of a less men kind of guy.
We know how that goes.
We ain't got no sausage parties over here. That's why you never wanted to go. You're like, nah, I need to go where the bitches be.
Yeah, that doesn't sound nice at all. You know me. I pack everything last minute or prepare last minute, do nothing. I literally
Who does that?
Me.
Oh, you?
Yeah. I didn't even post that I was doing the convention until the night before that I did the convention. But this convention was so tight it didn't matter.
Thank God.
Thank God, because I would be broke.
Thank the Mormon God.
Yeah. But also the night before, I went to their website and I was like, oh, I wonder if I'm even on the thing, so at least people can see it on their their artist lineup. And then I was going through it, and dude, the lineup was crazy. Like it's like the cool kids.
It was like looking at a Rolling Loud lineup, or like
yeah, exactly. And I was just like excited. It's like to see all these artists, in person. But then at the same time, I was like, what am I going for? Like I started getting like super insecure about going, and I usually don't. But this time partly insecure, but also worried. Like, man, like. Everybody's going to want to go get tattooed by those guys, not...
Oh,
so, yeah.
Everyone's going to want to get tattooed by those guys kicking
so
a rock.
I told them, everybody walking by that. It slightly pressured me to get
Everyone felt so bad.
Oh, man.
I wish I could use this. You're like holding your machine.
Those guys are so much better than me. But no, dude, it went so well. Well, okay, the first day. Okay, let me fill you in on before the convention. So I got asked if I wanted to take a spot in Lloyd, our friend in Phoenix, Gypsy Rose owner.
Yes.
He had a booth there, and there was an extra spot.
One of the men behind the Grand Canyon Grand Canyon State Tattoo Convention.
Yeah, so I was like, hell yeah, I've been wanting to get on that one for a while.
Lloyd, come on the show.
Come on the show. So I guess he's kind of similar to me. We all
Scatterbrain.
Scatterbrain. Everybody has ADHD.
Glasses, sober, hats. In which way do you mean?
Hot as. So I bought my flights, and I wanted.
Does he do it every year?
I believe so. They have for the past, I don't know how many.
Okay.
But I didn't coordinate with them, and I found out like the day before we left that we were going to be staying in a room, and I was like, cool, like we got it, or he's got it figured out, and I have to do nothing. I made it so I landed at noon. Lloyd drove, and the other people from his shop flew, but they didn't get until 7:30. And my name was not on the reservation.
Oh, on the room?
So I was stranded for 7 hours.
What'd you do?
You know those little electric scooters?
You mashed on those?
I was all over town.
You're like, I washed every one of them. I charged every one of them.
They were dirty. I cleaned them. So stupid.
I'm like, why didn't you ride when you're like, my mom said no? Well, I didn't have my helmet, duh.
Yeah, I don't have a helmet or knee pads. Elbow pads.
The wrist ones. So where'd you ride it to?
Everywhere. And the part was, it was Salt Lake, so it was like 35 degrees.
Oh, can I ask real quick? Did you go to one of those soda bars?
I didn't.
Do you know what they are?
I think it was a client. One of your clients brought it. Was it?
No, they talked about it on Trash Tuesday.
On Trash Tuesday. No, I didn't.
Oh,
because you're not allowed to go in drive-thrus with electric scooters.
Like you tried.
Yeah,
not for lack of trying.
Yeah, I tried all of them. And they were like, we heard about you.
You're like, if I put one on each leg, it's like I'm driving a car.
And I'm like, oh, I can't hold it. My drink.
And it takes you like 4 tries because you keep accidentally doing the splits. Or one's going slow, or one's going... You're like spinning around.
Spinning around my drink on the floor.
So you did go through one, but you didn't get to try it.
To answer your question, yes, I went to one.
And man, it could have been great.
No, so I was like I said, it was freezing.
What if you were on the scooters and they're like, sir, you're still on scooters, so then you come back with like a bed sheet over you to try to make him more a car.
And I'm like,
And you
like
cut out a windshield. Okay, that's enough of that.
It's a lease.
It's electric.
All right, so literally had no plan. Well, wasn't expecting to not be able to. I don't know why I didn't think about that. And
what, the sodas?
Yeah.
Okay. About the reservation.
About the reservation.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Enough about the soda.
I'm horny for soda.
So I went to thrift stores, shopping malls. There was an indoor shopping mall, an outdoor shopping mall.
Oh my God, you poor thing.
Yeah, and I was just all over the place. And then I was like getting super tired. And so I found a movie theater and I went. And
you joined the Mormon church just so you could have somewhere to stay. Just so you could rest your weary load.
Yeah.
What?
So I went to the movie theater and I was like, oh heck, I'll just watch a movie. That'll kill 2 hours. So I went and I bought a ticket to Captain America.
When in Rome.
Yeah. And thankfully, there was not a single person that went to see the movie but me.
Did you knock out or did you watch it?
I knocked the fuck out.
Dude, I've fallen asleep for a couple of movies. Maybe 1-2 movies. But movie theater naps fucking slap. Like,
yeah,
and
dude.
then especially when you're like, F it, I don't even care about this movie because I'm just like in the perfect temperature, right zone. Did you lie down? What was the seat situation
It
like?
was the reclining. This was the first time I've seen this. It was a recliner and there were heated seats.
Oh.
I don't know if it's just a Utah
was it
thing.
cold?
The weather?
Yeah.
It was 35 degrees.
Of what? Weather gets that low?
Yeah.
I'm
Dude, it was freezing.
City girl, I don't know nothing
It
about
was
that.
the coldest.
Did you know that?
No. Well, I didn't prepare for it. Like I checked the night before and realized I didn't have snow clothes and it was supposed to snow. And it started raining while I was on the scooter. There was
No
wind.
way,
I was
Jose.
just like miserable. And so yeah, I knocked out at the movies. And the funny thing about the movies, I picked that one because I had seen this. I don't know if it was a TikTok or Instagram, but it was like ceiling collapses at movie theater. Thankfully, the movie was so bad nobody was watching it.
What? You were like, maybe if it falls on me, I'll be warm.
Yeah.
It could be like a blanket.
You know,
What would make you
could have
choose
been
that?
the Captain America?
No, that you wanted to go to that movie theater that's known to fall apart.
No, not that theater. I just saw it online, like recently.
Oh.
Like it was a TikTok or something, and it was in like Pennsylvania or another state.
Oh, I thought you meant that one, and you're like,
So-
yep, I'm going to this one.
I heard it was bad, so I was like, oh, maybe the attendance will be low.
Oh, okay,
and
I
so,
see.
So I went and I fell asleep.
So you went to the worst movie on
intentionally,
purpose?
yeah.
Who is Captain America these days?
He's the guy that was the guy with the wings. I don't know his name.
With the wings.
And the villain is Harrison Ford. He looks like the Red Hulk. I don't know if you've seen it at drive-throughs or anything like that because they been promoting it. And I just heard about that. I don't go through drive-throughs anymore.
This guy? Is he the
No,
latest?
that's Chris Evans. That's the one right below them.
Brave New World?
Yeah.
Shield? Oh.
He was.
He's black.
Yeah, he was Falcon on the Avengers
Let me see.
series, and then Captain America decided he's gonna retire, so he hands the torch off to him.
That's cool.
Yeah, but
Representation.
yeah, and
I'm sure all the studio heads are still white, though.
I ate when I was at the mall, and it was Japanese food, and it was not good at all.
Well,
I was one of those things.
well, darling, you are in Utah.
Yeah,
You don't know how far the ocean is? Me neither, but I think
No
it's
way.
far.
yeah. Usually at conventions, and you're kind of the same way.
Pretzels.
Where there's
Oh.
just like you want to have like a good meal on the trip, and I was gonna do that. Like, oh, I'll just go kill time at a restaurant, and then I was like, no, like that's rewarding myself for nothing. So I was like, if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna wait till after the convention, and if it goes well. So I got shitty, like fast Japanese food at the mall.
Do you think it's better to think of food as a reward or to not think of food as a reward?
It's unhealthy to think of food as a reward.
So wouldn't it have been better just to do it and be like, this is not a reward?
So we should do it all the time, is what you're saying?
Yeah, and then like
This is just me.
The more you eat fine dining, it's gonna seem less fine, and then you're gonna get less
That's
invested
true.
in food, and then you're just gonna be like,
That's true.
I'm skinny now.
So did all the thing, and then I finally got back to the room or to the hotel. The guys showed up, ran into some old friends.
How was the actual convention?
The convention was dope. Like it was a slow start. The first day, slow start for
Did
everybody.
you tattoo at all that day?
I did 2,
There you go. That's okay.
and they were smaller.
Yeah. And were you kind of bummed that day? Like, why'd I even come out here?
Yeah, I mean, but I've done conventions where it's like, I mean, it's typical for conventions for them to be slow on Fridays.
Yeah, you can't.
People
lose
got to get
your...
off of work. It's the whole thing. People prefer to go out on Saturdays, and so did 2 the first day. Second day, it was like from the get go. It was super busy, and but no, overall it was great. And then Sunday it was like slammed beginning to end.
Oh, that's good.
I didn't have time for a break at all. It was just they were just, I wouldn't say overlapping, but as soon as I finished one, it was like on to the next one.
Did you make any new friends?
Um,
Did people go out since it was so cold or no?
They did, and I saw some dude get fucking knocked out. Like before the first night, like the day we
Ooh, a
arrived.
tattooer?
They had a pre-party at a tattoo shop. So we were just all standing outside like fools in the snow. There was like I was standing against the window, and to the left of me, like I just heard just a bunch of like bodies and limbs moving, and like I looked and I couldn't even tell what was happening.
You heard the song "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor."
Yeah. Just a bunch of dudes just, swinging arms and shit, and then just one dude just fucking falls all the way down into the street, and he like finally gets up, and he was like he had a big old like knot in his like blood all over his face. It was wild.
Do you
But
know what it was about?
I don't, but one of the artists that I was talking to while it was happening, and he was like, that motherfucker finally got it. That was gonna happen because he had a mouth on him, and
He had a potty mouth.
yeah. He said a mean thing.
how they do. He's like, that's how
Yeah.
we do in Salt Lake.
But it was kind of sad because he got up. Yeah, and if he wants to go 1-on-1, I mean, I could do it, but he was all fucked up already.
I guess what's cool about fighting in the snow is you could just grab the snow and be like, I'm ready to go again.
I realized that I'm not a person to be in the cold.
Oh my gosh, one time I went to China. Do you know China gets like sub-zero fucking freezing?
I don't think I know that.
Well, it does. And the one time I went to China and it was so cold, dude. Like, no matter how much you bundle up, like, it gets so cold there, it feels like you get punched in the fucking face the first time you step outside during the day. But, I mean, it makes sense because China's up against Russia. And we all know Russia to be cold.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's geography, but anyways. So, the Southwest, you know, they, is, like, known for... That's Southwest, right? Where you were at is known...
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Do they see aliens there?
I don't know of any, like, Salt Lake alien stories.
Sightings. Because I'm going to tell you what, ever since you said that there's, like, a bunch of alien stuff happening right now, and to come, I'm scared.
Yeah, why? You don't like those guys?
I'm scared of aliens.
Why?
Because what if they have, the need for, or the want for colonization, like fucking shit-ass humans do.
Okay, why do you think that? Why is that a possibility?
Because shit-ass humans do. Like, races want to do that to each other. I'm also afraid of what if they have some kind of disease that we don't have, and then it's like smallpox, what it did to the natives.
Yeah.
Like, what if we just don't know? Like, what if it's some kind of bacteria that we don't have any antibodies for?
Would you say that you got all of these ideas from, like, the media or movies,
No,
stuff growing up?
No, I think I just got them all from colonization.
Just colonization. I guess that's a fair answer to that. Because there's a lot of people that fear aliens because of, like, the movie War of the Worlds, all of the stories.
That's true.
All the stories from the 50s, Roswell.
You know, I've actually never seen not one single alien movie except for Men in Black and E.T.
Well.
And Hims was just cute.
Well, those were the two best ones. Those, dude, Men in Black? Dude, Big Willie style?
Yeah.
I love Will Smith.
Well, he'll smack the shit out of you. So keep his name out of your motherfucking mouth.
Have you seen the video? It's Jaden Smith, like, at some award ceremony. He was like, I just like to thank my dad. And they cut to the clip. He was like, keep my name out your fucking mouth. I kind of want to pull it up, but it's okay. Well, we could add it.
Oh, well, you could just hold your hand up and it'll appear.
Did you have a good time working with your dad?
Well, no, because he tricked me. I thought it was a comedy, but it was actually a drama. What does your dad do?
Keep my name out your fucking mouth!
That's crazy. Who would talk to their kid that way?
So the
My mom.
theory is that the reason why people fear aliens is because of all of the movies and how they were portrayed.
I'm hoping that these aliens are more Buddhist-like.
That is okay. According to this guy that I've been listening to a lot lately, Dr. Stephen Greer.
Dr. Jalian. Dr. Stephen Greer.
Dr. Stephen Greer.
Stephen Allen Greer.
Is it Stephen Greer? It's Stephen Greer. Stephen Allen? Who's Stephen Allen Greer?
David Allen Greer. I don't know.
Okay, that's
just a famous name I know.
You put his face and stuff. They are 100% spiritual. Like, they are the closest thing to divine. They figured it out.
So they're on another level?
Yeah, interdimensional.
So what they want to come here
beings.
for?
Well,
what if they want pets?
Maybe. Well, see, but no.
No, because then they're if they were lifted like that, yeah.
Yeah, that comes from
domination.
The media.
Oh, okay.
Like, these ideas, like everybody's, abductions. Now.
Which I guess also leads back to colonization because it's just like the fear of the unknown.
Yes.
The want to assert yourself.
Yeah.
Dominance. Okay.
So this guy.
Let me get into the mindset of nice aliens.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
And I'll tell you why that was awesome that you did that in a minute. I'm gonna point at you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to be peaceful.
There's this guy, Dr. Stephen Greer, who was an emergency surgeon, and he was very deep into like UFOs and stuff. And the government tried to hire him because he had so much knowledge about them, to the point where he ended up having to leave his job because he just pursued this whole journey of disclosing, aliens.
Wait,
and
is this the
UFOs.
guy that? Because didn't like Tom from Blink-182?
They've worked together.
Okay, so it
They
is.
have, yeah.
Okay.
I can tell you who he is quickly. Dr. Stephen Greer is a retired American emergency physician,
Okay.
UFOologist, and the founder of the Disclosure Project. He's best known for promoting the idea of governments, especially the U.S. government, that they have been suppressing information about extraterrestrial life
We know
and,
this.
and advanced technologies.
And advanced technologies.
In addition to his work on the Disclosure Project...
Is that where the rose came from?
What rose?
The sex toy.
Yes. They're just horny. So he has this thing called the Disclosure Project where he's trying to expose the actual...
What the government already knows.
Yeah. And it turns out, like, I'll just go based off of what I know, and I'll dumb it down because I'm dumb.
Oh, I was about to get so offended. You, like, pat me on the head.
You understand now? According to this doctor, there are groups in the government that he calls them deep, dark projects, where the government doesn't even know what is happening. So I don't know if you've noticed, there's been a lot of people coming forward, the whistleblowers. Like they've been posting a lot about it. Like these guys
About
coming
aliens?
forward. There's been actual Congress hearings about them.
About aliens?
About aliens.
No, I haven't seen any of it, but my algorithm is just really
Protecting you.
It's just baby
It's just
animals.
baby.
And my
Guys-
algorithm thinks I'm black.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen your algorithm.
Yeah.
That sounds gross. I've seen your algorithm. According to him, these projects, they're not recognized government programs. So the people that get sucked into them are threatened. Like and they have killed people that have exposed anything, and they're under contracts. But the thing is, those programs are illegal because the government doesn't know about them, so they don't stand in court. So that is what they're using to get these people out of those programs. What this guy's trying to do is create an agency to protect them because they're trying to
The
expose
people that
them.
are coming forward are the...
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, the things that they're hiding are that abductions are real, but the reason why that they're real, and like cow mutilations and shit, they're orchestrated.
What the fuck is that?
It's a thing.
Like
It's been a thing since
Like
the
farmers
60s.
come out and then there's just like a hoof coming through the cow's head or something?
What comes out?
I don't know. What are they mutilating on the cows?
They're just like
Their genitals?
yeah, they're mutilating their guts.
They come out and they have 4 udders on their head?
So no, they'll like kill cows and make like
The
put all these
aliens?
weird markings and stuff. Yeah.
But then why would they be nice to us?
This is why, because according to this guy,
They're lactose.
yeah,
They're like, we gotta get these cows off.
they're
this
trying to
planet
figure it
first.
out. Those groups have existed since the 40s, those like illegal government groups, and they learned about alien technology back then, and they've reproduced crafts and even biological entities. And they're orchestrating all of these abductions and mutilations, crop circles, everything, to keep people in fear about it.
Oh, the government is.
Yes. And
Does Mel Gibson have something to do with this?
a lot of people do.
Remember? Oh, that's another alien movie I saw. Signs.
I loved that
Signs
movie.
is the fucking shit.
I think my favorite alien movie is this movie called Rival. Have you seen it?
No, I've never even heard of it.
It's not anything about like taking over, colonizing or anything. It's about like communicating and teaching, like expanding our mind, like to like consciousness, and it's amazing. I think you would like that one. It's a little slow and depressing, but it's really good.
You sold it.
But because you're slow and you're depressed.
Yeah.
You got a good brain.
I got a good brain.
So they're orchestrating all these abductions and mutilations and all these things to keep people in fear because they're protecting the technologies that they have learned already, which could fix humanity in less than a decade.
Why don't they want to fix humanity?
Because then it would take away money from all the famous people, all the rich people, all of the oil industries, pretty much every industry. And so they're protecting that because obviously
And fix humanity in what sense? Or do you mean like the environment?
environment,
Heal the world?
heal the earth. Like even if they expose it, there's technologies that they don't want to just let everybody have, because the people that with bad intention, they could teleport a bomb to the other side of the world in less than half a second.
Now, who is the one that has this hookup? Is it the Americans? Is it a worldwide government?
It's a worldwide secret government. I mean, that's as the story goes.
And that's a whole nother conspiracy.
But what this guy is also promoting is something that he calls the CE5 protocol. And like you mentioned earlier, what if they're like Buddhists? You can contact them through meditation. And he has a program to teach you how to meditate, and he has group meditations. And they contact them, and he wants everybody to do it to show them the peaceful side of humanity, to welcome them here, because they have all of the they have all of the all the spiritual knowledge, everything, and it's a lot of stuff that he launched a podcast, and every couple weeks he releases something.
I don't know, dude. I just don't think these aliens are going to really want to fuck with us. They're going to be like, no, you guys are way too fucking selfish
Hostile.
and messy and hostile.
And that's the thing is that's what he was talking about in one of his seminars, that after all these years, because we learned how to bring them down with gamma rays and magnetic fields and stuff like that. We've killed them. We've imprisoned them, and every time they come, they don't do anything about it. They're not. Yeah, it's so sad if you think about it. And they do ask. We're just here to learn and to teach.
You just want to play.
Yeah, but all these trigger happy generals are like, no, we want to kill something, so they keep it going, and it's obviously the world's a shit place with shit morals.
Yeah, that's scary to me.
But he said that there's a device that he was like, it would fit on a kitchen table, and it would power your city for 100 years. And he was like, but it would take away money from all of these electric companies and fossil fuel, the oil companies for generating.
Okay, one last thing, and then we'll move on from aliens. What do you think about the people that say that they've been abducted? Because I've heard, people that have very compelling abduction stories, and they do these terrible experiments on them and stuff. Now, do you think that they are plans from the government to keep us more afraid of aliens? Or do you think maybe the aliens at the time that they abducted them were still in experiment mode, and maybe we're just a little too harsh on how, we can equate it to some makeup companies used to use animals for testing, and now they proudly put on their packaging that they do not.
Yeah.
Maybe they're past the point of that, and they're like, well, that's old us, baby.
Yeah. As that guy puts it, if they wanted to do anything to us in a harmful way, we would not be here because of their technology advancements.
They will fuck your butt.
Yeah. They would, if they were hostile in any way, there's no way we would exist.
Okay, this is the last thing I'm going to ask. Is there any physical description of these aliens?
Yes, there's multiple.
Do they look like us?
The galaxy is massive. There's multiple kinds that apparently that we've been in contact with.
I actually just saw this today. People are shocked that and saying bad baby is actually smart, because she's talking to this he's like a internet personality, and I think he's a rapper too. His name is DDG, and he's a vlogger, and he's asking her if you could go to space, would you? And she's like, no, and he's like, why do you, and she's like, because we don't belong up there. And he's like, do you believe in aliens? And she's like, of course. And he asks, like, what does she think? And she's like, there's other planets that have oxygen, that have water, and species that look just like us, but we haven't got there because they're so far away. And we can all just, like, leave each other alone and let each other be.
That's pretty awesome. I didn't
And
know that about
everybody's
her.
like, what the fuck? Like, she's, like, actually a person, you know, because she's just been,
Yeah.
like,
The how
portrayed
about that
as-
girl?
cash her out. Don't cash her in space.
How about
How about
that?
not?
One last thing. The CIA did
Yes.
release a document saying that they did use remote viewing in their
Yes.
testing. You know, did we
Familiar
talk about that?
this? We talked about it with Jill.
There was a guy that was really good at it.
Wait,
and-
so to explain remote viewing, tell me if this is right.
Yeah.
You
Nope,
guys
you're doing it
hire
wrong.
me- The government hires me as a remote viewer, and I can almost mentally teleport to, say they want to spy on Russia.
Yeah.
And I can tell them exactly what's going on in the room with Putin, describe all the stuff, and they have it down so much to where they have set up test environments where they're like, okay, go tell me what's going on in this room, in this city, in this area, and the people can recount, and like
Yep.
that's surely, like, that's exactly what they're doing.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's all through like meditation and like being aligned and, you know, balance, and everybody has the capability of doing it. There's just so much
Chakra
chaos.
cons.
Yeah. Chakra cons. Industry term. But yeah, that guy that did remote viewing, he did it on Mars 100, I don't know, like 1,000,000 years ago or something, and there were giants that lived there. They built pyramids.
Oh, so you could also time hop with the remote viewing.
Exactly. And
That I wish I could do.
and that's how they say that we have our pyramids, because these giants were here and built them for us.
And them just said,
Yeah, because I don't know if you know this about the pyramids. They're not all the same size brick. Each brick is unique, and it only fits in the place that it's at.
incredible.
Yeah,
So they're a puzzle.
it's basically a puzzle.
Now, what about the Mexican pyramids?
Same thing. All of them, I don't know if you know that, but you know there's always two. There's one large one and then two smaller, and they're kind of placed offset. They're like that. All the pyramids that
How
were,
many Egyptian pyramids are there?
well, there's the pyramids of Giza, the pyramids in Mexico. There's some in Peru.
There's two different ones in two different
Locations
areas
in Mexico.
Yeah.
There's a good number of them around the world, but they're all placed in the same pattern and size and ratios.
And they say that the Mayans were very lifted.
Yeah, and that pattern that they're in aligns with Orion's belt.
Okay, what about that one? Fuck, is it in Alaska, that one like entire city that just kind of disappeared?
Atlantis?
No, it's like an entire population of a city disappeared without a trace, and like so much so that there's like all their stuff is still there, all of their like there's still like you can tell that their fires were still burning.
What?
And yeah, hold on. This I want to look up now.
If it is Alaska, I just heard something on. Are you familiar with George Norrie?
No, is
He-
he Japanese?
No, he's this guy. He's like a radio host, but he's on AM, and he talks to everybody about like just
Is he on KFI?
probably yeah.
Yeah, I think I do know who he is.
There was an area in Alaska that they dug, and they found bones to animals that are definitely not indigenous to the area. And he was talking about how it was, I don't know if it was an alien-related story, but just very, it was an anomaly, I guess.
The disappearance of Langville, Montana is one of the most chilling unsolved mysteries of the American West. Once a quiet mining town nestled deep in the Montana wilderness, Langville vanished overnight in the winter of 1935, leaving behind only eerie remnants of a once thriving community. On January 12, 1935, a supply wagon from neighboring town arrived in Langville to deliver goods, only to find the town completely abandoned. There were no signs of struggle. Meals were left half-eaten, fires still smoldering in the fireplace, and personal belongings remained untouched. The strangest detail, there were no tracks leading away from the town in the snow. The only clue was a cryptic message scrawled in black charcoal on the church door. It came from the dark, and we had no choice.
Like, gave me goosebumps right now.
Theories. Mass exodus due to disaster. Some believe the townspeople fled due to a sudden environmental disaster. However, no bodies or footprints were found. Cult activity. Rumors circulated that the secretive cult had taken root in Langville. Okay. Paranormal explanation. Legends speak of a shadowy entity known as the Whisperer in the Pines. A creature said to lure people into the woods. I fucking hate that. Or government cover-up. Some conspiracy theorists suggest the town was used for a government experiment gone wrong. That I kind of believe.
Yeah.
Unless the government's watching this.
There's a modern day investigation.
Then just come on the show.
Come on the show, government.
300 residents is so tiny.
That is.
Strange lights in the sky. According to journals later recovered from abandoned homes, Langville residents had been seeing strange lights in the sky for weeks, shimmering orbs hovering over the town at night, pulsing in unnatural rhythms. Some claim there was a low-frequency humming that made their bones vibrate, while others spoke of visions, glimpses of towering figures with elongated limbs watching from the tree line.
What year was this?
1935. This is a quote from a school teacher. It's from her diary, January 11th, 1935. The lights are closer tonight. I hear voices now, but they are not spoken. Ooh. They are in my head, whispering in a language I do not know. Thomas says we should go. He says we have no choice. Maybe he's right. Maybe it's time to follow. Shut the fuck up,
I believe
dude.
it.
Shut up. She never finished the sentence.
Whoa. That gave me goosebumps again. My goosebumps have goosebumps. That's what a lot of these people say with communicating with them. That it's not, they're not saying words. You just understand.
Check this out. After the disappearance, government agents arrived within days, sealing off Langville with warning signs of unstable ground and contaminated water. They destroyed official records of the town, striking it from maps and history books. Survivors, those who had happened to be away when the town vanished, were relocated and forced into silence.
That's the guys. Dude, it's
Langville.
I believe it.
If there's any survivors, you already know what to do.
Okay, last thing. This guy, the Dr. Stephen Greer, is saying that the technology that we have, we're like hundreds of years ahead, but currently we're 100 years behind, but the technology that these groups have are far ahead. He said that they have medical advancements that can cure any ailment. And like I said, it could fix the earth in less than 10 years.
Wow.
I could be wrong about the 10 years thing, but dude, it's the craziest thing, and I've been all about it.
Well, I hope that you're right, and I hope they're peaceful and not the scary, scary things that I am worried about.
Yeah, that's just the bad guys.
Yeah, and that's what's scary, too, is what if there are bad planets out there?
I don't think so. I think we're just
Well, maybe
up.
we're just dumb.
We're just so dumb, and our humanity is just...
We're the ghetto planet.
We're just... yeah.
Right?
We're pretty ghetto.
We're the hood. We don't know how to act. We want to fight everyone.
Yeah.
These aliens, when they fall in love with the girl from Earth, they're going to be like so embarrassed to take her home to meet their mom.
So I did a thing.
Yeah. And the mom's going to be like, don't tell me.
All right.
While we're talking about fucking modernized technology.
Yeah.
So my phone this week, it wasn't even a newer phone, but it was a 12, I think, just decided to turn off and never turned back on again. And I thought it was dead, and it wasn't. And I tried all the things. There happened to be someone here that used to work at a phone store. She tried all the things. It's dead. So I had an old ass iPhone 7 just thrown in my car, and I've been rocking that. And let me fucking tell you, that shit is embarrassing. First of all,
You hide the button when you're out in public.
yes, I swear to God,
knew it.
that's what I was gonna bring up. So, oh my God, it's so embarrassing. So I did an open mic a couple days ago, and after after it wraps, like everyone's talking, exchanging Instagrams, everyone's like pretty friendly, whatever. And when people are like asking about my Instagram, I was like taking theirs and like literally trying to cover the button. But then I was thinking, oh my God, it doesn't matter because the camera is only like even that's fucking ghetto because I don't even have a case on it. Oh, it's just so embarrassing. I'm down so bad right now, and I've already tried to get a new phone, and then there was a shipping error, and it's just bad.
Yeah, I would be pretty embarrassed too.
And even when I have to take a picture of a tattoo, I feel the need to make an excuse. Like, all right, not to
You have
make
to
an excuse,
explain
but
it.
to explain. Yeah, sucks, dude. It dies. And then especially even when I charge it, like, because now I only have the rapid chargers. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, yeah.
And like,
Oh, I
it
didn't even
gets
think about that.
so fucking hot.
It's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, hey, take it easy. It's very ghetto over here. I am what the aliens want to kill.
Yeah.
I
you're
better get a new
embarrassing.
phone real soon.
Maybe they want you to get a droid.
No.
You remember the whole marketing
Then they would be the
campaign?
ghetto planet.
The marketing campaign. I think it was all like alien related.
Makes sense.
It was like their logo. They had this like little alien thing. But now those things are embarrassing. And I think aliens would be embarrassed to have an android.
The other day, I had one of my cousins here. I was tattooing him. He's actually going to be on the show soon. He's a lawyer, but he has a droid, and I'm like, what the fuck
Whoa.
is? Yeah, I'm like, why do you have a Samsung? And he's like, bitch. He's like, I only see you like once a year. What the fuck does it matter? And I was like,
That's all you got?
do you have?
I don't want to see you now.
Yeah, now it's gonna be none a year. But I was like, do you have a girlfriend? And he's like, no. And I'm like, I'm not fucking playing with you.
That's
This
the
is
thing.
why. And then he asked Goonies what kind of phone she has, and she's like, an iPhone. And he's like, do you have a boyfriend? And she's like, no. And he's like, see? And then Goonies goes, well, that's because all the guys out here have droids. I was like, that's my dog.
I've noticed about droids, most guys that are heavy into tech have droids.
Yeah.
So I mean,
My
I
brother-in-law
bet,
and my sister have one, and he's a computer
yeah.
guy.
I talked to one guy about it one time, and he was like, the thing is, being a tech guy, I want to customize everything. I want to get into the files and
No.
program, move shit around, and
Because have you ever been handed a phone by somebody who has a droid, and you look at it and you're like, why the fuck do you have Wingdings font? How do
I
you
was gonna
read
say,
any
like,
of this?
I don't need fucking Star Wars font when I text people.
Yeah. Like,
It would be tight, but I can't. Just kidding.
it's so unnecessary. I like
Yeah.
sleek. Like,
Yeah, it's simple, like.
yeah. No, yeah. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
That's definitely a thing, though, right? Like, I know we've joked about it over the years, like it being a turnoff when you see the green message come from somebody.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like
I'm like, oh, you better be at a place with no Wi-Fi and struggling right now. You better be kidnapped.
But I feel like it actually is that. Like, maybe we've seen it online or something. I think it's bigger than just us talking about it.
I definitely think it's an ick. And so that's what... Then Goonies fucking bitched out after she made that joke.
And said she dated a guy with an android.
Well, I was like, be honest, Goonies. I'm like, tell him, is that... I'm all putting her on the spot. Tell him right now, is that a deal breaker? And she's like, no.
Tell him you wouldn't fuck him because of that.
And then when she doesn't... I'm like, well, she's not fucking you right now. Or like in public. No, but she was like, no, that's not a deal breaker. And then after he left, I was like, you're a fucking avoidant ass. You would want to date someone with the Android so you don't have to add him to the group chats. Like, so she could be like, no, I swear I'm not doing anything on Friday. And then she has this whole plan with her friends.
So, the moral of the story is, if you're trying to get fucked, get an iPhone.
Or get an alien. Let's see what else. Oh, so this will probably come out in April, but right now we're doing this whole fried food challenge.
Yeah.
Or we're trying not to eat fried food. I had a fried food.
You had a fried food?
I did, but it wasn't my fault. Well, okay. Total transparency. Last week, me and James had some hot Cheetos, but we quickly stopped. We didn't think about them as being fried, but we quickly stopped because there were fucking ants in the bag.
Yeah.
We're like, these are super spicy.
Dude, you guys should get ants. They'll keep you from eating these.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever you do. Yeah.
That's not a bad
Get
idea.
an ant farm.
Yeah.
An alien ant farm.
That's not good, Jake.
What?
Really quick, do you believe in aliens, Jake?
Annie, are you okay?
I do. There's just been a lot of evidence.
I have a question. So you believe in God?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know what version of God you believe in, and you don't have to get into that. But do you think that he created the aliens too?
I think the aliens are the fallen angels.
You think the aliens are demons?
Or the fallen angels.
That would be demons?
Though that's how the Bible goes, is that they learned all the knowledge from God, and then they got cast out.
So, cast out why? Like, in a negative
Like
way?
Lucifer, yeah.
Yeah, they got cast out with Lucifer.
Yeah. So you think they mean harm?
I don't think they initially meant harm. Basically, Lucifer got cast out because he was giving, like, what isn't it like he gave Jesus Christ more?
I think it was chlamydia.
No, it was Adam and Eve.
Yeah. No, but...
He gave her... I'm not going to play this fucking
Okay.
game with you. He gave her an apple,
No, but...
not an android. Ah!
Well, no, that's a thing too, though.
And
It's
he
the
wanted to
same
be more
concept.
powerful than
Because
God.
the apple is the tree of knowledge.
Maybe we're not supposed to know things.
No, I feel like we've been dumbed down.
I don't know. Knowing isn't always great. I don't know my man's social media password, and it's probably for the best.
I can't figure out my man's social media.
And I've tried, and God has spared him.
One thing I think that's pretty trippy about that is how they didn't notice that they were naked.
Well, I mean, that's all relative.
Dude, have you ever partied all night?
Well, I mean, there's tribes in Africa that don't think of themselves as topless. So it's
Yeah.
that's all like
Yeah, you clearly have never had 100 Jaeger bombs in a night.
somebody never seen titties.
But I do believe in aliens. I just believe that they're like fallen angels.
I don't like yours. I like yours better.
Yeah. But it kind of goes hand in hand that it's existed for so long
Yeah.
that people like have. I mean, there's like crazy paintings on that too.
Okay, hold on. Let's look. We're gonna move on from aliens, you guys. Literally right now, but I just want to see what the oldest painting of aliens. We need to hire someone to Google for us. The oldest painting known of aliens are 10,000-year-old rock paintings. Oh, I was gonna say I wanted to know about fine art, but have you ever thought about the racialism of fine art versus folk art?
And what do you mean?
When I had taken a Chicano studies class.
Okay.
What?
I had taken this racist class.
Yeah. So I had taken this Chicano studies class, and one of the things that they pointed out, because this was all Mesoamerica based, so
Yeah.
it was like before Chicanoism, but so it was like the tribes before colonization and like leading into colonization. But one of the things they had pointed out is folk art is like think like Mexican, like things like that, right? And fine art is European. Like
Whoa.
how racist is that?
And they come from the same eras.
Yeah, like even things that come from the same eras, same fucking BC,
That's
80,
interesting.
whatever the fuck. And it's just like, oh, you cute little folks.
Yeah.
You know? And then,
Wow,
like,
I
fine art.
never thought of it that way. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's because you're racial too.
Yeah. Alien ant farm. That's how we got back here.
One joke.
I was never really educated in religion growing up. Like it was just
I could tell by the way you act.
But I was never really educated by religion. Religion. But and I know in the Bible it's the what is it? The trumpet sounds and then the wheels with the eyes. I mean, could
Oh, I
those
saw a tattoo
possibly
of
be
that.
lights
Look
on
at
a
the
disc?
Look-
Whoa.
What? Why does this
Look
fool
at his butt.
him's Jake's butt.
Jake, you got it. This is. I bet you $1 million. That's what Jake's butt looks like.
We're gonna put this picture up.
He doesn't have diarrhea. His ass just throws up all the
His
time.
ass eats. That's when your ass is an eater. Imagine the grip on that thing.
How many of those people do you think were doing hardcore drugs on it?
No, it's not even drugs. When the bread or the barley or something, the oats would grow a specific kind of
Like a
mold that
mold.
people would hallucinate. Do you know that?
That's like the dude that did the. Who's this? The guy that did this one?
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci. That he was like I think on meth, of the meth of back then.
Hitler
The meth
was.
of back then.
Oh, they called it
Renaissance meth.
They called it scanthe. They called it broken stained glass. Not broken windows, broken stained glass.
You know, I heard this fact about Da Vinci. He never slept an entire night.
That's like what's supposed to be one of the higher vibrational things, right?
Yeah.
Which we can also talk about that. But let's move on from this stuff because that's the thing about aliens is there's just too much and you can spend forever on it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many different theories. And then there's so many just like people that are just different lies.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, so that literally has been. Oh, where the fuck were we talking about? Fried food?
We were talking about ants because.
But
they
how
got
did we
into the
start?
food.
How did we? Oh yeah. So so we stopped eating the chips. So back to fried food. We stopped eating the chips, saved ourselves, realized, oh, we shouldn't be eating these chips because there's
That's bad.
and there's bugs. But because we would have stopped anyways, because we're honest. While you were gone, Joshua's like, my boyfriend's like against McDonald's, and not even for political reasons, just because he got food poisoning once when he was like 7, and he's never eaten it again. So he's on this quest to make the perfect chicken nuggets. And so
From scratch?
yeah.
Whoa, that's cool.
So he made some the other day, and they were so good. And then like I'm eating them, and then I realized, how do you make chicken nuggets?
You fry
You
them.
fry them. You fried them in ghee, so I mean they weren't as bad, but
Imagine I paid him to make them for you.
so how have you cheated? Because I know your ass has.
Well, today I forgot about refried beans from Del Taco.
Fried twice.
I'm not even 100% that there's beans in that burrito. There's got to be, huh?
It's a burrito.
Well, they have burritos without beans.
That would be a wrap. I went to Taco Bell today, and I was so close. Wasn't even thinking about it till I got there, and then realized everything that's delicious there is fucking fried.
Yeah.
And so then I had to get a chicken soft taco, and that shit was so whack, dude. You
From
didn't have
Del
anything
Taco.
fried while you were at the convention?
Did I have anything? Oh, dude. I had a
You had
corn
french
dog. I had a
fries.
corn dog.
Oh, dude.
Fuck, dude.
We're bad at this.
Well, you know what I realized about this challenge thing? We never discussed what happens if we don't. Is it just we continue to be fat or
Yeah.
So there's no punishment?
No,
It's
because
guilt is punishment enough.
and this whole thing was just mini health challenges. The reward is better health.
Yeah.
So if we punish ourselves, I think that's perpetuating an unhealthy relationship with food.
That's true.
Because there's no bad foods, or not bad in the sense of like ethical. Like
Mhm.
you're not a bad person because you want sweets or anything, and that's what I'm like trying to get into my fucking brain because I do this thing.
You're not a bad person. You just look bad.
Yeah, you're just disgusting. No, so the thing is that I have, for instance, my cholesterol was raised the last time I went to the doctor. It was borderline high. So I do this thing where I'm like, I'm going to be healthy. And then like I fuck up and I have something bad. And then I'm
Yeah.
just like, I'm just a fucking lazy piece of or I'm just a bad fucking person. I'm just going to fuck it up for the rest of the day and start tomorrow.
Yeah.
But if I stopped looking at things as bad and worse, then I can just like take my fucking stumble and move on, and have it. But I'm like, no, I got to get it all in today.
Yeah.
And like everything I think I'm going to do better tomorrow, or I'm going to do better starting Monday and shit. And yeah.
But
just...
overall, I'd say we've been din.
you can't even say it because you're lying.
We've done better this year than we have in a long time.
I think
say.
I've done worse this year.
So far?
Yeah, because remember I was talking about this a couple episodes ago that like all of my routines, my Groundhog Day life has kind of went out the window.
Yeah.
So before I was always cooking at home and always bringing food, and now I'm just like,
Are you still drinking soda?
you're a fucking asshole. I had 2 sodas today.
Today? I thought she was gonna say since the last.
One
no
was
soda
a
challenge.
diet.
I had some today too.
Well, I told you I went to Taco Bell. Jake too.
No, but I've been making an effort to not drink
Same,
soda.
yeah.
Like in the past month, I've probably had a total of like 2 sodas.
I had a Jameson Coke before we started filming. This was something completely different in this cup.
Yeah.
Right here, this is not it.
I started doing intermittent fasting a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel? I've never done that.
I was feeling like a lot better about it. Like I was feeling less bloated. I wouldn't say I was feeling skinnier. I just felt less just ugh.
I thought intermittent fasting was eating slow and intermittently eating fast.
It's not.
And then you slow down again. And then you're like, it's time.
I wish it was like that.
That would be sick, I know. Because that is how I eat. I eat so fast, too. One of my cousins, whenever I eat around him, he's a fucking asshole. And he's like, nobody's going to take your food from you.
What do you think? Like, I have a theory that comes from growing up poor.
Yeah, maybe a
Just
scarcity
kind of-
complex. But I think that my thing, too, I don't know. Because my parents are, I would say my parents are fast eaters, too.
Yeah.
But also well, maybe not on the podcast, but I came from a house where you couldn't get up till you finished your food.
Mm,
So I had fucking places to be, Barbies to play with.
yeah.
So, but also I think it's an ADHD thing, which we both have. Food or deliciousness creates dopamine.
Yeah.
And I always have, even as a kid, I would rather have seconds than have dessert.
Me too. When I got into food, because there was a point where I barely ate.
You're a finicky boy.
Very much so. I remember this one day that I finished a hamburger, and I was like, I had to go tell my parents, like, hey, dude, you check this shit out? Like, check it out. It's empty. Like,
You're like shaking the wrapper.
yeah, I did that.
Your boy's a eater.
No, but fast food is what fucked me up. I was in like the 4th grade, and I got so into Jack in the Box tacos and Whoppers from Burger King.
Well, the other thing that's terrible is just being in a tattoo shop.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes whoever's going to eat first, whatever they want, everyone puts in their order.
Yep.
You're more likely to want to get something fast.
Yeah, and if people are eating at different times, I'm the guy that's like, oh, I'll just get something anyway. Like I just
For
finished.
later.
Yeah. I'll order something, and then like you get jealous of somebody else ordering something that you could have eaten from. And also,
I just did that right now, and I wasn't even hungry.
at conventions, it's like impossible.
Oh,
to get-
conventions, it's fair food all
is,
fucking weekend.
yeah.
And the thing about me is a fucking soft pretzel hates to see me coming.
Dude, this convention.
I'm gonna fuck it up,
I didn't.
bro.
I didn't have one, but they look so fucking good. They were like this big.
I live next to the Venice Boardwalk. The only thing saving me is it's like the really cheap pretzels that you have to go and eat there. Like once
Yeah,
they
they
get, yeah. But if I lived by Union Station where there's an Aunt Annie's,
All of the different when you walk by them in the mall and you smell them.
Wetzel's pretzels.
One time,
I'll tell you whose pretzel is Wetzel after smelling.
whose pretzel's wet.
So stupid.
Anything could be naughty, Jake.
Yeah, remember Ben, our other engineer, has the thing, as long as you, what is it, I'll Wetzel his pretzel. Or,
Yeah,
what-
you could turn anything.
I'll mother his fucker. I'll head his phone, like anything. It'd be dirty. Come on, what you got?
I'll lap your top.
Yeah, that's disgusting. I slap you.
How dare you?
Or right, let's get a tattoo topic in and then move on to our lines.
Okay, I was thinking about it at this convention, especially because it was in Utah. In towns like that, tattooing isn't as open as it is in other like LA. It's weird to not have one. You could see it in their face that it's just like, wow, this whole world, like this new world. One of the things that some of the others were talking about, and I saw it firsthand.
Were they all like Little Mermaid as soon as they walked in?
Exactly, yeah. And one of the artists mentioned it. They were like, yeah, it's so weird. A lot of them are like rebelling. They grew up Mormon. Very heavy into the church. So they're finding themselves at these like later ages in life, and they're getting
it's like
tattoos.
Me the first time I saw a pretzel. When I found out pretzels were real, the corn guy.
I really like cone. Ever since I was told that cone is
And then
real.
I thought about it, like those types of people and tattooer personalities that they encounter. And because me and you both, I would say that we're both likable. But the people that have the old school tattooer mentality where you you're so stupid.
Thumbsadias.
Dude, it's hard to fucking talk. I'm running out of breath.
Do you need an inhaler?
Probably.
There's one in my purse.
Let me see how I worded it.
Not the Mexican one. It's in my Prada purse. It's on the other side of the room. You know what? I'd rather you not touch it.
I just realized that I don't trust you that much.
Oh shit, he's ready. An asshole dumped out my wallet. He's like, there's nothing in here.
You hear it all fall down. He's like, here it is.
Your change.
Jake's holding a gun. Show him the gun, Jake.
Oh, dude. I'm going to put in a sound effect right there. So what were we talking about? Old school tattooers.
The old schooler personality.
That they hate
Like
me.
they're just like a tough ass that you can't say anything wrong in front of them, or they'll tell you to fuck off or anything like that.
Yeah.
I feel like there's still like this disconnect with this because tattoos are so mainstream. It's bringing librarians. It's bringing nurses in. Like
Yeah.
you just
18-year-old Mormons trying to find themselves.
exactly. So like, because I said I was busy, and I was noticing some of the other tattooers that don't have that talkative, likable personality. They weren't tattooing.
Yeah.
And I feel like there needs to be some sort of adjustment because, and I see it every time. And I personally don't like to feel like I'm tricking somebody into getting tattooed. I like to think of it as making them feel comfortable with the experience because it's new and scary to them.
By making them feel comfortable with manipulation.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we're there to make money.
No, yeah. The whole old school tattooer mentality, I feel like it comes from, like, there wasn't as many of us before, especially as many of us traveling. Conventions weren't as big as before. So you really didn't have to be friendly because there was no internet. So you were just walking into any shop, and the guy that talked to you first was the guy that was likely going to do your tattoo.
Yeah.
But now, like it or not, it has become a customer service job. Now, you don't have to take as much as the average customer service person does, because one thing about it is I'm going to be nice to you, and I get along with all my clients, really. I haven't had a bad experience in a long time. But because I'm my own boss, you're also not going to fucking disrespect me.
Yeah.
Like, you can get the fuck out of my shop or
of
fuck
course.
out my booth or whatever.
You don't have to do.
So that's what's good. I remember when one of the first shops I worked in, the owner telling me, like, here, the customer is not right.
Yeah.
Like, if anybody makes you feel uncomfortable, like you have... And one of the shops I worked at, we were allowed to fight people. Well, we weren't allowed to fight people, but
if
people...
you needed to.
Yeah, and it's because it was by a bunch of bars, so people would get crazy. But, yeah, I mean, I guess that's the difference, is them just not wanting to get with the times, or maybe holding a grudge that it's even gotten to that point where you have to make people feel comfortable.
I go to these conventions, of course, to have fun, to see my friends and stuff. But if I'm there to make money, I'm there to fucking make money.
Right.
Like I'll be the last person tattooing if I need to. Like, so my thing is there, you know, I'm trying to get all the sales. That's why I do these things. Hearing it from some of the clients, they were like, you know, the only reason why that I got tattooed by you,
They're like, because your shit's terrible.
yeah, it was like you made me feel comfortable because I went and walked past all of these other booths, these big scary looking guys, and
Glaring at
they
them.
glaring at you, and it's like, and I'm not saying that they're all assholes. I personally know some that are the nicest people in the world. They're just introverts. You know, there's that certain level of kind of getting out of your box if you're going to do these things. And there's some artists that know that, so they hire
A
somebody
booth
to
girl
do
or something.
the
yeah.
customer service. And you know, like we've had Franklin on, and we've talked about Marissa. She's that person for Franklin. So if you're going, I mean, I think
And he says
customer
it himself.
service,
He's like, I'm like a mustache tattoo guy,
Yeah.
quiet, or either quiet or like deep in his work already. So
Yeah.
she's like, and she's, you know, a social butterfly.
just at the end of all of it, I think customer service as a tattooer is necessary, especially now.
It unfortunately is.
It unfortunately is.
I do agree with what you're saying, that some people are simply just introverts. Because to be honest, a tattoo convention, especially at the beginning of the day, it's hard to get over the overstimulation because it's fucking loud. Like
You have to set up
yeah,
your
people
entire
are coming
shop.
to your booth. You don't want to act like the people at the alleys that are like, come in, come in, come in. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah, exactly. I hate to feel that way.
if I'm shopping somewhere, like, for instance, Santee Alley in downtown LA, if I feel like you're fucking hassling me, I'm not buying shit from you.
Yeah,
Like, cause
Even if I really want it.
right, because I'm like, whatever, somebody down the row is gonna have it, and you're making me fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I could see maybe just like not being much of a salesperson, but some people are fucking rude when people just ask simple questions. Oh, is this your artwork? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
why it's on my table.
There's a lot of artists that I became friends with that I thought were that fucking dickhead tattooer that is just a dick, but it turns out they were just introverts all along.
Or maybe they are dicks and they just got to know you, so they
Maybe.
opened up to you.
Yeah.
I mean, two things could be true at the same time. And they could be dicks because they're introverts and they're used to feeling less than or uninvited to the party or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and there is actually a lot of that I've noticed, like talking with a lot of different artists at conventions. Like, I just feel like I don't belong, you know, I just don't want to, like, overstep.
It's funny when you meet somebody that you think is a dick or a bitch or whatever, and then later, as you guys, like, you know, bro down there, like, oh, I thought you were so mean when I met you. And you're like, me? I
Yeah.
thought you were fucking mean. I guess that leads to communication, which is also part of customer service. And
Yeah.
if somebody's simply an introvert, if you're an asshole, we really can't help you. Just stop being an asshole. But if somebody's just an introvert and is having trouble with sales, you do a lot more conventions than me. So what would you suggest for them? How do you open it up?
My tactic is simply making somebody feel comfortable and allowing them to feel relatable to you. You know, I talk about where they're from, you know, and if they're from a different city. I've done a lot of traveling, so I'll start talking about, oh, I've been there. Have you been to this? And, you know.
I just, like, I don't know why I thought of, like a lesbian girl in front of your booth and you're like, pussy, huh?
Me too. One of the things that I was trying out is you ask them about their tattoos. And
That they already have.
And some of them, even if they're covered up, you know, like, oh, is this going to be your first tattoo if you get one this weekend? And they're like, no, I have some. And then I ask them, oh, what do you have?
Let's pretend they have a Dracula tattoo.
What they have? Yeah.
So where do you go from there? Yeah. Oh, I have this Dracula tattoo right here.
Yeah, like, oh, I love horror movies. Yeah, like, have you seen this one? And it could be not tattoo related at all.
Okay.
I spent like 10 minutes talking to this girl about horror stuff, and then I was like, so what are your ideas? Like, what are you trying to is there something you're looking for this weekend? She was like, yeah, you know what, actually,
Now she's nice and lubed up.
exactly, I was thinking about this. I'm like, oh yeah, I actually, thankfully I had something exactly that she wanted, and I showed it to her, and she was like, do you have time? And I was like, yeah.
You can also segue it to like, oh, I have this Frankenstein design, or
Yeah.
oh my gosh, you have Dracula, dude. I've been dying to do a Frankenstein.
I also noticed a pattern in a lot of these people when they're covered up and you can't tell, and they have tattoos. They are so excited to show you what they have.
Yeah, like it's a conservative town, so
Yeah.
they're probably covered up for
So they show them and
most
they're
of the time. Yeah.
super proud and super excited. It's just small little conversations just to like I said, make them feel relatable and comfortable with you.
And I feel like if you're an artist that works in a street shop that takes walk-ins, you can apply the same equation to a street shop conversation.
And if you don't got it in you to do those things, get somebody to do it for you.
Or get the fuck out.
A lot of these tattooers travel from around the country, and they show up and they're like, man, I didn't get anything today.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like, well, you were sitting back there just staring at people, not even saying hello.
Or you weren't in your booth at all.
I know, and that's another funny thing. Like, I have a friend that does these, and he's just like, I don't even want a tattoo. I just want to hang out. It's like,
Oh my gosh. It takes everything I have in me to not put a gun in my mouth if I don't tattoo the first day.
yeah. It's so hard to not take it personal.
Mm-hmm. The more that you don't tattoo, the more you get in your head, and then it's harder for you to strike up these conversations,
Yeah.
at least for me.
And, like, you find it being, like, going dry, like, immediately after
Uh-huh.
saying something, and then it's just like,
Yeah.
and then it's like, do I say something again, or do I just leave it there? And then
You're
it's
like, shoot.
then they leave. And it's like, fuck.
Like when you realize you're not as charming as you think you are. You're like, hey, you guys all getting tattooed this weekend? And they're like,
yeah.
probably not. And you're like, okay.
Yeah. And I feel like those kind of do a lot of harm too. The things that most tattooers say. You getting tattooed
That-
this weekend? And it's like the 300 booths before you just asked me the same question. So how are you going to stand out from the rest of these people?
That's
So
a
you
good
got to make it
point.
somehow unique. And that's why I try to find something relatable.
Yeah, you guys into scat play?
Are you talking about the singing or the shit?
Singing. What do you know?
Scat?
I'm just
What are you? Another thing at the convention, you know, there's been a long ongoing stigma about rotary tattoos.
About rotary tattoo machines?
I mean, rotary tattoo machines.
Mm-hmm.
I was recently gifted one of the pen
Okay.
machines. It's wireless. The power
Okay,
supply is on the
sponsored.
thing. My God, I am a believer.
Would you
Hate-
name your pen Justin Bieber and call yourself a believer?
Yeah, 1,000%.
I thought you might.
The convenience of that, to just have that and not a bunch of wire, it's already cramped enough in a booth.
Is it a hand switch?
The,
So,
the
essentially-
battery is the power supply, so
Yeah.
it has three
Oh, yeah.
buttons. 3 buttons, the one to turn it on, and then
And were
voltage
you
up.
responsible enough to charge your shit?
There's a dock that it comes with. It's magnetic, and so it stays in. But like here,
So
when
as
I was,
long as you're docking.
as long as you're
it's
talking,
good.
yeah, you're connected.
Then you're ready to go.
But I wouldn't say that I was a hater on rotaries. I don't need the newest and greatest or the latest and greatest shit. I will use my shit until it doesn't work anymore. But I'm gonna throw away all my other shit.
You are not.
No, I'm not gonna. Maybe I'll sell it. Who knows?
I think I've used rotaries now for a decade at least.
Yeah, dude, those things are tight. And a
Probably
lot
a
of
decade this year.
yeah, and I think the stigma's kind of going away.
You know, once I got into a shop that no longer had an autoclave, like where I my hands. I mean, this is probably a cop out, but I feel like my hands just too small to fucking balance out the weight of a machine without
Yeah.
a steel tube. It took a minute to get used to because it's weird to not hear. You get so dependent on hearing
sound.
your spring, like how your machine is running.
Yeah.
So we're just about out of time, but we had this idea. As you know, we love embarrassing each other, and there is this segment we saw, or this interview we saw on this old episode between two ferns. It was Zach Galifianakis's old, kind of like behind the actor's studio, and I'll put in the clip here.
I'm going to show you a line, and then I'm hoping that you could do it with as much weight and gravity to it as possible. Action.
Don't you ever fart on my tits again.
So, James and I have written each other a couple lines in honor of award season. We are going to act them out with all of the gusto and charisma. And
Riz. For you younger kids, do you know about that, Riz?
yeah,
Okay,
she's the girl from Greece.
Rizzo. She's the one that makes fun of Sandy.
Yeah. And has a pregnancy scare. Yeah, we've each written lines. We have no idea what they say, and we have to act them out for each other. And Jake, you're going to pick a winner, okay? You're going to pick the actor of the episode.
Do we get counted against us if we laugh.
Yeah, right? Okay.
God damn
He's the Academy.
it.
But you have to do it to the camera.
Into the camera. Down the barrel. Okay.
Okay.
James
Why
taught
are you laughing?
James taught me that white people call this Rochambeau, so let's do
Yeah.
it.
Rochambeau. Rochambeau. Just kidding. All right. Rochambeau.
All right, you go first.
All right. I'm already laughing.
I'm not. I take my job seriously. I'm what's it called? I'm method.
I'm on meth.
Dude, I wrote some dumb shit.
I've been a dirty, slutty tramp for most of my life.
Do it louder.
But damn it, I'm ready to change to be a wife and a mother.
Okay, I'll do one now.
You guys are both getting dogged for laughing.
No, I haven't started mine yet. I'm feeling a little weird about going home. I made out with my dog last night. You're fucking nasty. Go.
God damn it, dude. When I shake a baby, I shake until there's nothing left.
You need to move the mic into your mouth more. Because your dramatic voice is very low.
I'll move it closer.
Shake it till there's nothing left. All right. I'm scared. This morning, I found 6 slices. Fuck. I found 6 slices of bologna in back of my underwear. The best sandwich I've ever had. What the fuck is that? I want to take it from the top. This morning, I found 6 slices of bologna in back of my underwear. The best sandwich I've ever had.
All right. I mean, sure, I've munched a few rugs and kissed a few thugs. But now I know life is about connections.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I was at the post office today. I pantsed the old lady in front of me who was using a walker. I drop shipped her diaper. What? How the fuck did you even come up with that?
This is my favorite segment.
I'm having an asthma attack. And I cannot wait till we have guests on because we're going to fuck them up. We can do whatever we want with these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
We're going to ruin lives. We should have them save the most fucked up shit and hold it as a blackmail.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
You're going to be on the
Get 'em
guest.
canceled.
You're going to be on the podcast whenever we fucking need you. How about that? And you're going to be a sponsor.
Give me your money.
Or your wife's going to find out that you insert whatever the fuck we want there.
Munched your doctor's rug.
And kissed a few thugs. Which one was your favorite?
Fuck. Probably that one.
I
Sure, I've munched a few rugs and kissed a few thugs, but now I know life is about connections.
I like the shaking the baby till there's nothing left. I feel weird about going home. I don't know. No, I think mine was this morning. I found 6. The best sandwich I ever had is disgusting.
So he gave you yours, right? And you gave him his?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're the writer of each other's. Best screenwriter, best actor first.
Probably screenwriter.
Jimmy wins that one.
The best screenwriter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't think munching rugs and kissing thugs was good?
There was something about yours that was really good.
Because they
Alright.
don't make sense.
All right, I'll accept my loss.
You won the acting, though.
I better win something because
6
I'll
slices, the
the best sandwich I've ever had.
That's the name of the episode. The best sandwich I've ever had.
6-pack of bologna in my underwear. All right.
Loser, since you lost, you have to eat the bologna from my underwear.
No, I won, fool. You
Oh
lost.
man, I gotta eat it.
Well, he's so diplomatic with each one.
Yeah.
He ain't paying attention. All right. Anyways, bud plug. So I'm
Bud
gonna be in
plugs.
Hawaii. I don't know when this is gonna come out, but I'm gonna be in Hawaii, on Oahu in Eva Beach at Southside Ink Tattoo, April 9th through 12th, and then May 2nd through 4th, I believe, I'm going to be in Phoenix, Arizona at the Grand Canyon State Convention. Those are my only travel dates coming up, but I'm also booking. Listen to me.
You said listen to me.
Listen to me. I'm having an asthma attack. And then I'm also booking home games right now. So if you want to book with me, head to my Instagram at Sanae_Kauai. All booking info is in my bio, as well as if you want to buy merch, it's there too.
I will be in Vegas at the Viva Las Vegas Rockabilly Weekend from
Because he's all rockabilly.
April 24th through the 27th. It's a 4-day music festival that takes place at the Orleans. There's a tattoo room. I'll be in there from noon to midnight every night. And I will probably pay a visit to Sanae at the Grand Canyon Convention on Saturday. Maybe I'll tattoo, maybe I won't, but I'll at least be there to hang out.
We're definitely going to interview some of the artists on the circuit.
Yeah, and if you want to book with me, you could find out my email address in my bio on Instagram. I am Jimmy Jam. I also have my merch in the links, and I think that just about does it for me.
And I don't know if we've ever said this, because we do have people that are not from here that watch. We're in Los Angeles County, so if you guys are ever in the LA area and want to book with us, you can always get a hold of us in our bios.
Yeah.
If you want to narrow it down further, we're in Whittier, California. That's where our shop is. So, yeah, follow the shop page, Dreamland Art Co., and then follow the Budcast TikTok and Instagram. It's just at Tattoo Budcast all together. I like how I just said that I'm having an asthma attack, and James has not handed me my own inhaler.
I'm not done with it. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. We need your views. We need your comments. We need your feedback. Share it. Tell all your friends about it. Dude,
I'm dying.
Don't have your asthma.
Also, if you want to be a guest on the show, if you're a professional and you're tattooed, a professional of really any capacity, if you want to be on the show, please slide into the DMs of the Instagram, and or if you think your artist is funny and would be good for the show, that would be awesome too.
Yeah.
All right.
That just about does it. We are your buds, and this is the Tattoo Budcast. We'll see you at your next session. Bye. I gotta go put more bologna in my underwear.
That's how you got rid of your head, right? That's how you